King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building. Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building. Tune in to Big Brother Brian, or you can call him Big Brother Bree. What's poppin' on the latest eps for the live feeds? He got what you need. Just to make a long story short, you don't fuck with him, you don't fuck with me, cause he running shit like a relay. You can catch him on replay, but it's so live when he go live. All facts, no lie. When it comes to that BB fam, you know I gotta support mine. If you come with that disrespect, wonky at your neck like bow tie. Anybody wanna step to us, then I wear them up like boat rides. But bruh, I swear that he's a Big Brother almanac. You ain't even got a second guess, he come with all the facts. I ain't even playing, so tune in if you can. And that Big Brother Bride fam, proud to say I'm part of that. Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building. Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building. Tune in to Big Brother Brian, or you can call him Big Brother Bree. What's poppin' on the latest eps for the live feeds? He got what you need. Just to make a long story short, you don't fuck with him, you don't fuck with me, cause he running shit like a relay. You can catch him on replay, but it's so live when he go live. All facts, no lie. When it comes to that BB fam, you know I gotta support mine. If you come with that disrespect, wonky at your neck like bow tie. Anybody wanna step to us, then I wear them up like boat rides. But bruh, I swear that he's a Big Brother almanac. You ain't even got a second guess, he come with all the facts. I ain't even playing, so tune in if you can. And that Big Brother Bride fam, proud to say I'm part of that. Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building, Triple B up in the building, yeah. King up in the building, whole team up in the building, yeah. We up in the building. Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building, we up in the building. Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building, we up in the building. Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building, we up in the building. Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building, we up in the building. Tune in to Big Brother Brian, or you can call him Big Brother Bree. What's popping on the latest eps for the live feeds? He got what you need. Just to make a long story short, you don't fuck with him, you don't fuck with me, cause he running shit like a relay. You can catch him on replay, but it's so live when he go live. All facts, no lie. When it comes to that BB fam, you know I gotta support mine. If you come with that disrespect, wonky at your neck like bow tie. Anybody wanna step to us, then I wear them up like boat rides. But bruh, I swear that he's a big brother almanac. You ain't even got a second guess, he come with all the facts. I ain't even playing, so tune in if you can. And that Big Brother Bride fam, proud to say I'm part of that. Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building, we up in the building. Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building, we up in the building. Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building, we up in the building. Triple B up in the building, King up in the building, whole team up in the building, we up in the building.
Hola, ¿cómo está? So, what's up, everybody? How is ya? The Wonky is here in the room. Thank you for setting me up. Wonky is leaving the room. She's going back to do her work.
My addiction.
Her addiction, yes, paperwork. Yes, she can't get enough. I don't know how she doesn't have like calluses and paper cuts, and she'll probably get a good one now as soon as I mention it.
Grading on my iPad.
Oh, you're grading on your iPad. That's why you don't get paper cuts. I was going to say, if you got a paper cut from doing it on your iPad, there'd be a problem. But, yeah, she's doing the paper scoring and correcting. That's just left swipe, circle that, check that. And I make it sound easy, but it's not, because she's trying to read shit that's like... There's nothing worse than a 12-year-old's handwriting. Especially when they really don't know how to write either in cursive or in standard print. And then, of course, there's the whole idea of following directions. We were just discussing about how the kids now are using these, wireless earbuds, and they're just these separate wireless earbuds. So they'll take one and they'll give one to a friend, and they'll be sitting next to each other or back and forth to each other, and they'll both be listening to the same fucking music, but they'll just each have one ear thing in. It's like they're sharing music during class. It's like, what the fuck? And they usually, of course, the girls try to hide it with their hair. They put the hair across and cover up there, but then as soon as they flip their hair one way or some shit, and then Wonky can see it, she goes, okay, earpod, come on. She said there was a kid who had his iPad, or not his iPad, but his iPhone, or whatever the fuck, under his thigh, or his butt, and he was more or less just kind of, he'd lift his leg a little bit, twiddle down on the pad, boop, 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 put his leg down. A couple minutes later, lift the leg again, doot, 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 put that down. She noticed the second time, though, that the iPhone was there. She's like, phone? I mean, the same thing happened when I was in school, so I understand it. It's just that it's becoming more of a problem because there's so many ways now, and you can be so sneaky. Like, I mean, shit, back in the day when I would bring Like a little handheld fucking, uh, like a little handheld game. Like, I mean, shit, the Game Boy was the thing you'd have in class when I was in high school. So it'd be like if you had a Game Boy in classroom, that was pretty fucking cool. And you're sitting there with the lowest fucking volume on. Or there's some motherfucker with a Sony Walkman or a Sony Discman if they had enough money. And actually, this is fucked up. The last let's see, what was it? 89? Yeah, 88, 89. I saved my money up and I bought a Sony Watchman, which was a 2.5 inch wide black and white TV, but it was built like a fucking walkie-talkie, and it had a goddamn antenna that was like, I don't know, 2.5 feet tall at its height, at its fullest, and that motherfucker was bulky as shit. But when you had it, compacted down, it was still, I mean, this fucking thick. It's like putting two, if you put like two goddamn ice cream sandwiches side back to back in your pocket, that thick, you'd be like, okay, that, and then of course think of the heft of that. It ran off of like, I don't know, 5 AA batteries or some shit. Um, Reception was crap. You could pick up the ABC affiliate. You could get the goddamn soap operas. So of course I was popular as a motherfucker when the girls in my classroom wanted to watch all my goddamn children with it. Here this motherfucker's looking for game shows, and I'm finding fucking all my children in General Hospital. Fuck me dead. Anyway, um, yeah, I was a bad boy in high school. No, I wasn't a bad boy in high school. I wanted to be a bad boy in high school, but I really wasn't. I was not. No, I wasn't naughty either. I wasn't. No, I wasn't even that. I wanted to be naughty too. It was like I was kind of the mercurial troublemaker, but I was never harmful. I was never damaging of any property to, well, maybe light damage, but I was never harmful to people. So living things. It would just be like, pranks, jokes, that kind of thing. Or scare the living fuck out of people. That was another thing. Oh, I took great pride in. Went to joke stores a lot, picked up things, um, garlic flavored chewing gum. Um, Give that to a girl in my class, and she'd love me long time. Um, anyway, let's see here. Who's in this bitch? We got Zeta. We got Chuck. What's up, Chuck? Yankee. Yankee. Oh my God, we are here. Yes, we are. Were you expecting something else? What the hell's going on in the background of my screen? Huh. Oh, okay. For any of you that are watching right now, and you may be noticing something on the far right hand side of your screen that seems to be active or moving. Please ignore that. If you're seeing that, that's probably my Xbox in the background. um, Something it must be playing some fucking YouTube shit or something in the background there. Let's see here. Who else is here? We got Debbie Burnfield. Hello, Debbie. Robin. What's up, Robin? Thank you, folks, for putting those crowns up for the king, for King Legend, the man, the myth, the legend. He is the dude doing that theme song. Franca, what's up? CD1, what up? Tommy T. Mike. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day! That's hump day, isn't it? Yeah, Toe. Hey, happy hump day, brother. He didn't even remind me of that. I just saw Mike. What day is it, Mike? Denise, what's up? Debbie Burnfast, hello. Dory, hello, Dory. Okay, so there we go. Um, so so that before we get into anything BB stuff, because BB Canada, I'll tell you right now, folks, the last 24 hours have been bleh. We'll talk about the episode in a moment. For those that watched The Amazing Racist, um, um, did any Big Brother people, Big Brother people get knocked out tonight? Or did that not even air tonight? Can Zeta, you know all that shit, right? I only give a fuck about the people that are on Survivor, or that are on, from Big Brother, that are on that shit, so... Oh, yes, by the way, Kim, I heard that, BB was safe. Awesome. By the way, Kim, I heard that, Dylan went through everything well today. Zeta gave me an update, on that, so, I was very glad to hear that. I hope you are well. I'm sure you're tired as fuck. So I understand if you're not going to be able to hang for long tonight. I'm not going to be able to hang long for tonight. Not much to tell you. We'll just basically cover the episode and kind of preview what we're looking at for the eviction tomorrow. But no, Kim, I'm happy everything's looking good, and if whenever you get time, whenever you're rested, you know where to hit me. So it's all good. You saying? Okay. All right. So let's see. Now in the house right now, nothing's going on. Everybody's just sitting around chatting, and actually they've been on PowerPoint Fish as of late. I say as of late, maybe the last 5 to 10 minutes. Other than that, it's basically been them playing like sockball. I don't know what they even call it. They basically put two pots on the floor, about maybe 20, 25 feet apart, and more or less just cornhole, but just with no board or backer. It's just a straight shot for the hole. And they have this, I don't know if it's a couple of socks that are balled up with stuff in it, or if I think Adam said something about there being rice in it, which would make sense because a lot of those, if you want to put a little heft to it, you either put some beans or some rice or something in there, dry, of course. Ugh. Imagine that, throwing that shit and you'll throw splat. Anthony seemed to have great range, but he couldn't hit for shit. Mark threw like a girl, which of course is what I would expect from Mark. I'm hoping Mark goes home tomorrow night. I don't want to see the Great Dane go. Although it would make a hell of a lot of sense if he did. But these folks don't seem to. I don't know. maybe I mean, they're the ones that are living this shit. So, but they know something that I don't know. Maybe. But why keep a guy who's won 6 comps? Why keep a guy who's won 6 comps and has been a nice dude and easy person that would win the game if you were putting him up against any of these others in the house other than Adam? If it was him and Adam up the end, it's going to come right down to how people want to vote, who they favor, who they think deserves it more, maybe. But when you put one or the other of them against anybody else, they're going to just come. It's going to be a landslide. Unless one of them, Kiera, Anthony, starts winning multiple contests, then, like I said, for Anthony or Kiera to have any chance of winning the game against Adam or Dane at the end, if it's a one-on-one, they're going to have at least 2 more victories under their belts, including an HOH. Anthony has yet to win an HOH. He's the only person left in the house who hasn't won HOH. He's had just 1 veto win. Kira's had just 1 HOH win. Now, you can't count the blood veto. I'm sorry. That was given to them by the rest of the house. That was agreed upon. However, I would give them credit for convincing the rest of the house to give it to them like that. And that's pretty much what happened. Let's see here. Yeah, all those newfies are tall. That is true. Well, not Sam though. Sam's a newfie. She wasn't tall at all. Jesus Christ, she was practically a pygmy. I mean, come on. When she jumped up on Adam, Jesus Christ, she was over his navel. She's got leaps. She's like the Spud Webb of Newfoundland. Yeah, she's the Newfie Spud Webb. That's it. Vertical leap of a motherfucker. Just whoop. She probably jumps. She has probably a higher vertical leap than she is tall. And she's a short shit. I think she's like 5 foot, 5'1", 5'2". I don't know. Andy, what's up? Oh, thank you very much. Colin, hey! What's up, Colin? God, it's been a long time since I've seen you around. How you doing? It will be June, Colin. It will be June. It will probably be somewhere around the 20th of June, 22nd, 24th. Somewhere between the 20th and the 25th, I would say, is when they will go to air. Actually, let me correct that myself. They'll probably go to air somewhere around the 26th or 27th, and they'll probably enter the house somewhere around the 20th. So, yeah, but that June is very likely the situation. Man, it's good to see your name around in here. That's good. That's an old familiar name. I like that. And by that time, hopefully, we'll be back over on the mothership. We won't be over on Toe's channel. We're just borrowing it for now. So, make sure you stay subscribed over there and make sure everybody that's over here, please make sure that your subscription is still valid over there on Big Brother Bri. Please make sure you subscribe, that you hit the notification bell, you have all that stuff taken care of, because when Big Brother 21 comes along, that's where I plan on being. Let's see here. Oh, no problem, Kimmy. I understand. Yeah, Kim, super mom at work. That is true. She is a super mom at work. Dare I say, I would say she is the Big Brother online community mom of the year. At least I will proclaim that. And that doesn't mean it's worth much, but I mean, at least in our world, I will recognize Kim as mom of the year for the Big Brother community that we have here. So let it be written, so let it be done. That's it. If you don't like it, fuck you. Now, what comes with that victory? Just a good pat on the back, Kim, and just know that we recognize you. You are a hell of an inspiration. I will say that. Um, let's see here. Okay, so let's go to. Wait a minute here. Kim's like. I'm sorry. Kim. I just saw what you said about Dill. I'm feeding Dill a banana. He looks like a drunk David Hasselhoff. Why is he on the floor with the banana? I mean, is he like laying there on the floor like like Hasselhoff was? Man, Hasselhoff with that burger. God damn, that was fucking weird. That was like a weird Carl's Jr. commercial, wasn't it? Or Hardee's, depending on where you are in the country. If Yankees in the room, of course it's Carl's Jr. That's what it is out there on the West Coast. Out here in the Midwest, we got Hardee's. It's the same fucking place. It's the same shit. It's just they just call it a different name. Um, let's see here. Oh, he's stoned? What'd you give him? What'd you give him? Stoned out of his mind. I suppose it's probably the shit that the doctors gave him. Pain medication, of course, and oh, oh yeah, I bet. She's like, I don't know, whatever it is, it's powerful shit. Um, yeah, they actually, you know what they do? It was one of the things that they do. What they gave me when I went in for a surgery once. Now, and I know that I've heard that they've used it for oral surgery too. Is propofol. Now I don't know if they give that to children. Um, but propofol is the shit that Michael Jackson had. The milk of amnesia, they call it. See, and the problem with Michael Jackson is he got hooked on that shit, and that was not good. He was like taking so much. He was taking the levels that a fucking elephant uh, should be able to not handle, or shouldn't be able to handle. The motherfucker was going through that shit by the case. And I had that shit when I had my surgery on my leg last year. Holy shit. You wake up from that and you're like, wow. I mean, it's glorious. It's glorious. Um, yeah, yeah, it's glorious. Um, oh, Yankee has it. Yankee's got access. Oh, now I know where I can get my. um, yes, innovation is yeah, yep, yep. Yeah, because that's what, when they did my surgery, they had to intubate me because it was an invasive surgery in my leg. So they were like, yeah, we're going to knock you out. We're going to put you on. I'm like, what? Oh, like, okay, that's cool. Fine, whatever. Milk of amnesia, though. Whew. I didn't. I woke up. I didn't care. My leg was wrapped up like a fucking oh, I don't know. It was wrapped up like it had 12 fucking rolls of duct tape on the motherfucker, but from 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 hip to knee, and that sucked. But I just looked down. I'm like, wrapped. And Wonky's like, yeah, it's wrapped. How you feel? I'm like, yeah, all right. I said, this is gonna hurt. She's like, yeah, it's gonna hurt. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna hurt. Just kind of matter of fact about it. Colin, how do I watch BB Canada? Well, it's kind of hard to do when they take the feeds down. You can watch it either on bmx-tv.net, and or you can, if you have a VPN, you can watch it on bigbrothercanada.ca, and the live feeds are available for free at either location. Um, to watch the ones on bmx-tv.net, you do not need a VPN. You can just go and watch them right there. As the Yankee is always so helpful to put in the chat. Alright, so what do we have here? We'll talk about the episode real quick. Wrong thing. Had the Twitter, brought that up, didn't want the Twitter out. Okay, so we start our episode out, showing the final five, all hugging it together, celebrating the fact that they are the final five. But that now Kiera had become the HOH, the possibility of having the four guys going all together from day one to the final day, basically, those chances are gone, because now Kiera won HOH, so therefore she had to put up people, and she ended up, of course, putting up Dane and Adam. Adam, as you know, got the veto and took himself down, was replaced with Mark. So we did get to see the contest in which they competed for veto. Now, of course, Kiera was still able to compete, and so all five house guests left in the game were competing for it. And this was more or less a jewel heist. There were red, blue, and green colored jewels that had number points associated to the color. And they were pegs that were long, probably about the size of a baton, like a passing baton that you would give to somebody on a track meet, or let's say the size of a stick of dynamite, something like that. And there were probably, I don't know, I would say 20, 25 of these rods on the wall. Now, every so often there would be these lasers that would be going across. And the idea is that when the lasers are out, you're not supposed to be doing anything. You're supposed to be just staying on the wall, staying put. Now, keep in mind, you're using said pegs to also stand on or hold on to with your hands and feet. So depending on your size, depending on your weight, depending on your strength, you may or may not be able to do so well with this. Now, every so often, those lasers would go away, and you would have a limited amount of time to pull these batons or said objects from your wall while you're still standing on it, up against it, straight up. And some of them were much more difficult to reach. Some people had to reposition their feet on certain batons or certain rods so that they could better reach another one. Some of them were going for the 3-point ones as opposed to the 1-point ones because they wanted to get ones that had higher point value, but there you're taking the chance if you were going for something a little too hard to reach, you could fall, and if you fell, once you're out, you're out. And if you were still making moves while you were back under the laser system, then you would also be disqualified. But it started out where first Kiera was the one to drop. Then after that, Dane followed up, and then actually I think Dane was the first to fall. Then Kiera. Then we had a remaining three of Mark, Anthony, and Adam. And Anthony had the lead, or was right there with Adam for a good portion of the game, and eventually ended up losing to Adam by I think 2 or 3 points at the end. So following that victory by Adam, now his 7th contest victory. I believe he's had 3 HOHs and no, I'm sorry, 2 HOHs and 5 vetoes. So he's won a sick amount of vetoes. Considering his draw percentage, how many times he's played it, how many times he's been, pulled for it and eligible to play, I think he's got somewhere in the 75 to 80% win ratio of winning in the comps that he's played in when it comes to the vetoes. I'll have to look it up, but he's got a scary percentage. It's ridiculous. But in the episode, we go on to a conversation between Kiera and Dane, where they're talking about some things just for a few moments. Seems to be a pretty quiet, simple scenario. Then Kiera goes on to talking to Adam, and Adam was trying to explain some things about game and about things that were said and alliances and so forth, because Kiera indicated that Adam may be going up, and that pissed Adam off to a high level. So then he left. Anthony came in, and while Anthony was there, he was making some points, and Adam decided to bust back in pretty rudely, I would say. Frickin' rude, if you ask Zeta, I think. Although she's kind of not liking Anthony lately, so she was probably like, fuck yes, Adam, go in there and do that. I'll check the chat later and see if that's what she said. Well, she probably didn't say fuck yes. She probably was like, you go, Adam, or something. Maybe not. I can't picture Zeta rooting for Adam in any way. So Adam, of course, coming in, confronting Anthony, and then let's bring Mark in. Okay, let's bring Mark in. Mark comes in, denies what Adam is trying to say. Adam's like, oh, come on. So basically he leaves the room as the only person believing what he believes. And then later on, you see there were the standard hugs that Kiera received from Mark, or from Anthony. Yeah, from Mark and from Anthony. And then Kiera goes on to have a little talk with the camera. Kind of a, no, you're not gonna try to mess with me. No. More or less one of those kind of things. Then, of course, later on, you have the two boys hugging it out downstairs. That's Dane and Adam. They're, of course, in the pantry hugging it out, figuring out what the fuck just happened. Well, it was a good run. She got us. That kind of thing. And then, tragedy struck. The boys started to fight, started to angrily converse. Adam downstairs telling Mark, shut the fuck up. And Mark's just talking, and Adam's saying, Mark, shut the fuck up. Okay, so he says this a couple of times, and Anthony standing over the ledge looking down, quietly, not saying much of anything. Contributes a little bit to the situation, but not too much. But it's more or less a Mark and Adam, Mark upstairs, right in the eyeball, pretty much. Adam downstairs looking up, kind of a Romeo and Juliet situation here, but more of a fuck you, no 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 fuck you. So then I love the editing. I'll give credit to Canada on the editing. All of a sudden, Adam turns, walks around, trots straight up the stairs in a very firm and aggressive manner. Dane goes like this, and then they cut to commercial. And I'm like, the fuck happened? They didn't do anything. They didn't fight, did they? Like, I didn't hear shit. I've been watching the feed. I haven't heard shit about fights. The fuck? And they really hooked you. They really did. They hooked you. And as soon as he walks up, he's like, come here. Come here. And he fucking bear hugs Anthony. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he could, Mark, come here. It's all good. Hugs. I'm like, you're just having a fuck you, no 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 fuck you. And all of a sudden, he just turns around, goes up the stairs like he's going to kick some ass. I'm going to hug you. Come here. Is that a Canadian thing? Is that like, it's like, you just basically say piss off, piss off, piss off, piss off, and then you just hug it out? So is it that you only throw the fists when you're drunk? I mean, when there's Molson involved, some Grey Goose, some, what was the ad they had for tonight? The alternative to beer? Canadian Club. Canadian Club, yeah. That was the ad they had on tonight, Canadian Club. They'd tell you not to go for beer. Wow. That's like un-Canadian or whatever to say that. But so, yeah, that was an interesting part where those guys were just arguing and then they're hugging it out. And so it was like the Real Housewives of Big Brother. Let's see. Yep, they cried, kissed, and made up. That's exactly right, Zeta. Probably in the most polite way possible. Absolutely. That's what it is. It's like, I've got to get used to this Canadian stuff, because those Canadian folks, I mean, they're just too damn polite. And then you see the families come in, and usually I'm not all about having the families involved in shit. Now, it was amusing for a moment to see the parents of these folks, or the friends of these folks, friends and family, mostly the parents of these folks, except for Mark, his parents are just like, no. Okay, to each their own. He probably would rather have had his friend visit him anyway. But I don't like. It was nice to see it as a one-off, just to see how those people reacted. That's the only thing I was plussed by, was how those people of that age reacted to the same place that their kids had been or were currently at and involved in. So it was a good way for them to get to see the reaction of a third party encountering that. I guess it's hard to explain what I'm trying to get across. But my problem with it is, this is supposed to be isolation. This is supposed to be Big Brother. This is not where you take it easy on them for 60 days or 55 days or whatever it was at the time, and then you treat them to a visit with their family. Now, okay, provided Kiera got a few more minutes with their parent, and everybody else just basically got a minute. It seemed like had to have a good hug, you know, couple like a moment or two of just hi, how are you, good to see you're doing well kind of thing, and then I love you, and then they had to go away. I know they've done it on Survivor, and I laugh at that because that's 39 days. 39 days. And they fly in people for Survivor for that shit? They fly people in! So they're in the middle of fucking Togo or some shit. Or East Bumfucklandia. Or Narnia. Or wherever the fuck they are doing their current season of Survivor. And they bring the goddamn parents in as a treat to see people. Or not. Here, you can have, hey, whoever wins this gets to see their loved one. There's like 6 loved ones over there. And then there's 6 people crying their asses off. And then one of them gets to win it, and then one wins it, and they say, okay, now you can choose one of your people to have this fun also with you. And they get to see their family member. Oh, okay. So I'll choose number 2 here. Okay, yeah, okay. So you guys go. You have fun with your families. And everybody else, it's fuck you. And CBS goes and spends all the money to bring those motherfuckers in. All of those families in. To fucking Pingo land or wherever they're at. What happened to the social isolation? What happened? They couldn't even let them in there for 60 days and they had to give them their parents? I need my mommy. What? But you won't give them alcohol. Or when you do, you don't show it to us. What the fuck is going on right now? That is so fucking evil that we can't see. Cameras 3 and 4 have been on the fucking black. Like on the friggin' PowerPoint fish for a while. They've been really, really bad lately about it. And you know, at first I was like really impressed with the season and the people they put in the show, and it looked like it was promising as fuck. I looked at the cast, I looked at the characters, you know, the diversity, the way the house was designed, the first couple of twists, the whole spy theme, it looked all awesome. And then tragedy struck. You're waiting for it to start to pick up. You're waiting for it to start to get better. And it hasn't been getting better. And I don't mean, hell, if anything, reporting this, I should be trying to go, this is great, isn't it? No! Why should I bullshit you? This is sucky. This is shit. Hell, I've heard Evil Dick has even said that this is the shittiest fucking shit that he's seen. I mean, and if he has spoken, then damn it, it's law. Yeah, I love this. They go, some shit is going on right now. No, there isn't. There's some shit. Yeah, there's some shit that we don't really even. They're probably doing something that, I don't know, borderline offensive in 1 or 2 provinces in Canada. I don't know. People up in Nunavut are probably like offended by whatever they're doing right now. They're probably doing the Nunavut salute. And other than Dory, the rest of you probably don't even know what the fuck or where the fuck Nunavut is. If you do, congratulations, because you're one of the very few that does. Um, well, that's not you. You've got it. You've got the phonetic spelling correctly. Um, it's Nunavut. Nunavut. So Nunavut. It's a province in the. I think there are 13 provinces in Canada. It's above. I think it's above Alberta and Saskatchewan. Um, it's not as far west as the Yukon Territory. Well, Yukon Territory is basically their Alaska. Below that is British Columbia, which is more or less their Washington State. You know, um, and then you go across. After you have Yukon Territory to the east of that, I believe that's where Nunavut is. Um, yeah, it's like nobody lives there. Period. It's there. People live there, yes, but not many. So we're giving the Nunavut salute. Yes, Denise, I have to talk to him tomorrow. Um, he asked me to give him a call tomorrow to see if we can set up Friday. He seemed to think Friday was going to be good, but we'll see. Uh, I mean, I want Kevin to do that when he's comfortable and when he has the time, and I don't want to push him for it. I when he's ready, I'll be ready. Um, he's had some other things going on this week. It was the anniversary of his brother's passing this week, so that was a very big um, part of his family's week. Um, so yeah, that was certainly understandable that he would need to have time for that and for reflection and such. Um, so yeah, I do hope to speak with him tomorrow sometime and then get that scheduled. Hopefully for Friday. Um, I will keep you guys in the know of that. When I know something, I'll let you know. I'm not going to guarantee it. The Friday thing. I don't want again. I don't want to be. I don't want to be one of those that guarantees you something and doesn't deliver. Um, but when he's on, um, we're going to be discussing a few things. I'm going to let him discuss what he wants to discuss, of course, first and foremost. But I'm not going to take up. I'm not going to. I'm going to try not to take up much of his time because um, he said he goes honestly he goes I'm getting he he said I'm kind of getting sick of some of these things that are happening out here. He says it's ridiculous, and I said I know it's pretty bad. Um, and I told him I said I'm sorry that I was contacting him for for that reason, but it was something that I needed to look into um, because I was involved in the fundraising for that for him, and he confirmed to me that he has not received the full amount. He's only received approximately, not quite, but approximately to his. He did not give me a specific number, but he stated approximately 2/3. Um, so there's still about $1,000 waiting out there that he has not received. Why? No idea. And he hasn't received anything for weeks. So we'll talk about that when he's on. You know, provided he is willing to, you know, give his time for that. He did state that he felt horribly for the folks that paid $200 for those shirts, and he wants to make it right with those people. I said to him, I said, that's not you. That's not on you, Kevin. I said, please don't put that on yourself, because you were never even in the know. He says, no, of course, I didn't know anything about it. He goes, if I knew anything about it, I would have done what I was supposed to do. If I had agreed to it, if I had, you know. But I'll let him speak for himself when he's on. And, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Denise, there were two separate fundraisers. One was $800, the other one was $2,120. So he was supposed to receive a total of $2,920. There you go. So, and he hasn't received that. Plain and simple. But again, we'll talk more about that when he's on, and I'll let him say what he wants to say. I'll let him. You'll hear his words. You won't have to hear my words. You can hear his, and so. Colin, good segue, good way to change the subject. I love that. Dude, I'll tell you something, man. Let's see, when was the end of Big Brother 20? That was September. So I cut this shit off like October 1st. On air. Yeah, I cut this shit like October 1st. So yeah, it's taken about that long for it to get to this length. But I don't think it's going to grow. I think this is about the length it grows to, because I only can, like, you know, kind of trim loose ends or split ends and shit off, you know, to groom it, and then it kind of just sits at that. I can't grow the big luxurious fucking James Harden beard or the fucking Paul Abrahamian beard, you know, that he has, you know. That's genetics. That's the Armenian genetics with Paul. You know, he's got he is a hairy man. But yeah, I don't have that kind of hair. So this is gonna go. I don't like razors. That's the thing. It's like my skin's fucking sensitive, so I just don't fucking like them. But I'm gonna have to take the fucking cutters to this shit. Wait, what? Oh, Denise, I don't blame you for asking. There's a lot of folks that did donate, including me. I mean, I donated $50 in Kim's name for winning the Celebrity Big Brother draft. Kim asked me specifically to put that money toward that charity, to that fundraiser. And I did. Because I sent 3 payments with multiple people's donations over the span of a few days or over that week. I sent 3 separate bulk payments over to you know who. And So I've got the documentation of those. And they all say on each one of them, total of such and such for Kevin Cancer Charity Collection, whatever. Name of the person, first name, last initial, donation amount, line, showing the total, showing the individual, itemized, and then total. So, plus, I've got the copies of all of the transactions through PayPal when those people originally paid me through the PayPal. So I have their full names and their contact information if that's required. So, there you go. Yeah, Zeta, freaking rude. I know. I know. And then that's, and you know, and now people, and the only reason I called Kevin the other day was because Mingle Mix was looking for you know who. Casey from Big Brother 11 was looking for him. And I thought, wow, if he's not keeping in touch with him, then he really has, like, evaporated or disappeared or whatever. And one person tweeted, said, one person put the hashtag he gone. And I just put hashtag he hiding. One or the other may be correct. They may be both correct. So, yeah. That's how that shit's going. I did reach out to one person that's in level 20 that I now know exactly where they stand because I had left them a voicemail explaining that their specific Kevin shirt about the fact that he did not know about it. And left a message with that person, and I told him, I know you probably don't want to hear from me right now, because this person is somebody that's been clearly taking. No, I won't say taking sides. Well, maybe there is taking sides. I don't look at this as a matter of sides. There's not a matter of sides. It's right and wrong. Period. And they're still there as a keeper of the flame, or keeper of the faith, protector of the faith, whatever it is. And but I still felt that I should at least let them know that I spoke to Kevin and relayed to them what Kevin told me. That he knew nothing of the shirts. He knew nothing of that whole thing. And that he never received the full amount of money. And I said to that person, I understand you may not want to hear from me. If you don't want to call me back, I get that. If you're busy, okay. And this is a person I had tried giving text messages and phone calls to over a period of a few weeks. Actually, about a month. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. Let me correct that. I had not spoken with them for a while. And then a couple of weeks ago, I did try to start getting in contact with them again because it was brought to my attention that they thought I was pissed at them and that I was not responding to them. If that was the case, I fucked that up. And I explained that to the person, and they told me they did not know who they could trust right now. Okay, sure. Sure. But then I see that person, they go and they start attacking one of my mods, in the sense of I've just been sitting there in another chat room elsewhere saying, Zeta thinks she's hot shit. And Kim better sit her sugar down. Sugar, huh? Really? Mm. You can't even say ass. Ass is in the Bible, by the way. Ass, cock, bird, those are all in the Bible. You can say those. George Carlin proved that, right? I am really just, I am flabbergasted at the few that are hanging on. Hanging on! Hey, there's only so, I mean, I don't expect you guys to come over here. I don't. Especially now since I've basically said what's been said. I've repeated what's been said by you about people here that I appreciate, that I care about, and that have my back. So, it's unfortunate. I know that you wanted me to work things out with the other party, and I told you it wasn't going to happen. I told another person that it wasn't going to happen, and they were trying to almost beg and plead, almost, it seemed. Isn't there some way? No, there's no way. It's not going to happen. And that person, I feel like I let them down. But I explained to that person that I just couldn't. And they said they understood. I hope they do. And I don't want people thinking that they are not welcome here if they used to be over on his channel. I don't want those people, if all of a sudden they show up here, they're welcome here. As long as they want to be here to talk about Big Brother and talk about general stuff or whatever. I want to be done with all this bullshit. I really do. I don't take any fucking fun in this bullshit. Actually, it's been messing with me. And I know. A couple of people out there groaning right now going, oh, Jesus, here he goes again. I'm talking about this shit again. Yep, talking about it again. It got brought up. I answered the fucking question. I'm not gonna evade the questions. If somebody's asking a straight up question about that, I'm going to answer it. And by the way, there's somebody out there named Melanie. Melanie, stop talking to me, please. Just stop. I'm going to tell you, Melanie, seriously, a vast majority of the spectrum of people that watch my channel and that other channel, people in this chat room, people in the other chat room, and then a lot of people in between that run the spectrum of that person's closest keeper of the faith, and then to people that are, I'm not pointing out people at all, but people in this chat room that are as nice as pie. And they can't stand your ass because you're too fucking nosy. You've got your nose in everything. I put a fucking thing up and you're clapping your hands at me. You went and joined on that channel along with one other particular individual around the same time, around December, at the end of December, right after Christmas. Now, that other individual, I have no problem with, because they've been respectful to a certain degree. But they also seem to question me a lot about, why aren't you holding so-and-so, why aren't you holding Swaggy accountable for blah, blah, blah? What about Swaggy? What about Swaggy? He took care of whatever he wanted to do with that, okay? I apologize to Swaggy because I said shit that I should not have said. I said things that I should not have said. I said things about Bailey that I should not have said. I apologize to them on YouTube. I apologize to them on Twitter. I never received a response from either of them, and I understand that. If they're not able, or if they're not willing to forgive, I understand. If they're not willing to acknowledge, I understand. I just wanted to put that out there for them so that they would know, A, that I feel sorry for the things that I said, the things that were like too out of pocket, too fucked up, whatever it is. And partially because I was such a blind fucking follower. And when you really think about that Orlando event, what the other guy did was, you could almost call it stalking. You could almost call it stalking the event. When you think about it. Now, I know I'm going to get some hate mail on this, so go ahead. You see the fucking email address up there up top. Go ahead, send all your fucking hate emails and telling me to go fuck off. And I'm sure there's a couple already that are starting to be typed now. I can hear the fucking keyboards clicking away. Go ahead and send it. Go ahead and send what you want. I don't give a fuck. I've been reaching out to some people, and some people need their time. And that those people that need their time, I understand. And I'll give you your time. I get it. Because I know a lot of emotions are involved. I understand that. But I am sick of thinking about anything and everything related to that MF. Really, seriously. I am so sick of even on a daily basis just even thinking that I had an association with him. I think about how I could have kept everything on track and just stayed. You know, I can still put it back on track, and I still will. Right now, there's not much Big Brother going on. So we're here talking. And we're talking about Big Brother, but we're not talking about the game Big Brother. We're talking about, unfortunately, somebody who's taken advantage of the fandom. And using the names of alumni. Somebody was brave enough. I say brave enough, but I mean, somebody had the fortitude to send an email to Evil Dick explaining about how they never received said shirt and that they wanted to let him know about the situation because they knew he didn't know. To which he put out a pretty angry tweet last night. I mean, it wasn't the angriest tweet of all tweets, but it was pretty much a, like, what the fuck? Pre-sell. How was I even... I'm a gullible fuck. I am a gullible motherfucker. I am. Because you know who the very first person to pay for one of those shirts was? Me. Haley, number one. I bought the Haley shirt. The number one fucking shirt. Me. I wanted in on it first. Now I got paid back. I'm one of the lucky 2 that got paid back, as far as I know, for those 316 shirts. More information was also provided to me, and this is supposedly public information, which I will look up further, because it's a matter of public record, but might give an explanation as to where the money is, or a possible explanation. It's not a direct explanation, it's not a definitive explanation, but it certainly would match up. If somebody gets in a pinch, a financial pinch, and they've got somebody else's money, and then they use said money, now I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm just saying, if somebody had some money that was in their possession that wasn't really their money, and then fell upon some hardship, and then used some or all or something of said money to take care of some things with all the good intentions in the world of replacing it. Maybe. Or just had to pay something. Be damned. If that's the case, you still have to fucking own up to it. If that's the case, own up to it. Whatever it is, own up to it. By this point, people deserve an explanation. People deserve an explanation as to why. Why it's taken this long. Why it's taken this long for people to get anything. You put a quick Band-Aid on it at one point by shipping a very small amount of shirts out. One shirt to each person, minus 3 people, provided 2 of those 3 did remove themselves from said club and did ask for refunds, and we got them. Thank you. But that's only because I rattled your fucking cage until you fucking paid. And it took you 4 weeks to pay Julie. Fucking A, man. What the fuck? It's fucking gross. It's fucking gross what you have done to these people. It is fucking gross that another man who is a follower over here on this room, on this chat, on this room, this channel, and who was a person that was involved in both, not only the L20 but the VTT. $150. You still haven't paid him. Why? You had it in the works for him, in processing, and then it got canceled. Just like Julie's got canceled. Is this some shit that like, is this like some sort of an endurance contest where the people involved that want to get their money have to sit there at their fucking computers and click all the time until they see that there's enough funds in the account to fucking get their own money back? Is that the deal? It fucking sounds like it. Jesus Christ. Stop fucking hiding. Better yet, actually, keep hiding. But at least pay the people the fucking money that they deserve. Pay them the money that's due to them. Pay Chuck Hardesty. Pay Debbie Bernfeld for her shirt. Pay the other people. And I know of at least 2 more people that are in L20 that have told me that they have not received a fucking penny. And I'm not saying their names because they've asked me not to. Pay. I am not fucking around. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I'll burn my fucking channels down to make sure you pay these people. I don't give a shit. These people mean more to me. They've done more for me. They've been there for me. I was just your tool. That's all I was. Yeah, there was a friendship there. Yeah, there was. Yeah, there really was. A heartfelt fucking friendship. But you couldn't level with me. You couldn't really level with me. You couldn't tell me anything. You couldn't break down that stupid fucking facade of pride of yours and fucking share with me a little bit more and tell me what the fuck was going on. Maybe I could have done something to help you. Maybe we could have come up with an idea together. Maybe I could have given you some insight. Maybe not. Because you're not usually willing to take any fucking suggestions. You always say that you'll listen to suggestions all day long. Of course you will. But you'll say no to every goddamn one of them. That's why sometimes I wouldn't even float shit past you, because they would just be swatted away. Because I'm going to be like, nah, he's going to just say that shit. It's pretty bad when you know you can't even fucking say shit to your friend to give them a suggestion because they're going to make you feel like the suggestion you're going to give them is shit. Even though they don't mean it that way, but it comes off certainly that way. Yeah, we scratched each other's backs. I scratched your back, you scratched mine. It was a friendship for a while. A good while. I wish it had gone longer. I wish we still had that friendship. There's no fucking way I'd want it now. And I know there's no way you'd want it now. It's not fixable. It's most def not fixable. Not after the shit that I've seen. Not after the shit that I've seen you put some people through. Emotional shit that you put some people through. Ain't cool. When you say shit about people in your own club, treat so-and-so with what they say with as a grain of salt. Oh. Okay? You say that in a meeting to the rest of the people in your club. How the fuck do you think that's going to make them feel? If you're saying this about one of the people that's not even there in the room to defend themselves, what do you think that person's going to be, those other people in that room are going to be thinking you're going to be saying about them? Right? Right. So you text warriors and you Twitter warriors and yeah, Melanie, that includes you, I suppose. Go ahead and drop your bombs, okay? I don't give a fuck. Drop your bombs. I don't give a fuck. The dude needs to be exposed now. More so than he already has. I sat on Kevin's number. I wanted to leave him alone. But the more time that went by, you didn't pay Chuck. Then I get another email from another person that's in the club, and they haven't gotten fucking shit. And I got another email from another one, didn't get shit. Still hasn't gotten shit. Then there's people online saying, "Oh, Kevin got some payments, but they said $2,200. It totaled $2,200." That's still not the whole amount. That's still not the whole amount. And why would it be an odd number like $2,200? Why would it be something more than one and less than the whole? Okay, maybe. All right, maybe it's 22. Maybe it is. But all these people that are saying, "Oh, somebody said. Somebody said what? Let's see it. Let's see the proof. Let's see the proof." Now, Kevin has admitted that he received 2 payments. And again, he did say that they totaled somewhere, he thought somewhere around 18 and 1900, but he didn't have the information in front of him at the time. He was at the doctor when I called him. And when I spoke to him later, his daughter was going to have to look up that information, or his son or somebody else was going to be looking up that information and finding it out. But he said there's no way that he ever got 2920. And he said, as a matter of fact, he said he's been trying to get a hold of him. And he has not been returning calls. He says, yeah, they just go to this, says his voicemail's full. I said, yeah, his voicemail has always been full. Who always leaves their voicemail full? A motherfucker who does not want to be reached. That's who. Anyway. Let me see what you guys are saying here. You're probably yelling at me left and right. No. No. She dropped him at Orlando. At. At. Because it was brought to her attention I'm going to say something first. There were 4 other people that were there, okay? Those 4 people all went inside and took part and went to the game. They bought tickets and they went to the game. They didn't stand outside stalking the event in pseudo protest. When it was brought to Rockstar's attention that he was out there, she got creeped the fuck out by it. When you think about it, really think about it now. And because back then I was rah rah, you do it, you go, you do it, you do it, you can do it, right? Somebody goes and spends that kind of money just to stand outside of a basketball game. Just to do that. Yeah, okay. I get where it's making a stance. I get where it's making a statement. I get where it's a fuck you to one person or another that you wanted to say fuck off to. But when you really think about it, when somebody travels that far to go and stalk a place outside of it, sit outside of it, stand outside of it, it's it might look spooky to some people. It might look it might make somebody quite nervous. It might make somebody very nervous for their well-being or the well-being of others. Thankfully, there were people that were with him that were coming in and out, and he was not there all alone the whole time. But virtually a good portion of it stood there by himself. Because everybody else was inside doing what they were supposed to do, enjoying the game. He just traveled there as a stunt. That's all it was. Plain and simple. A gimmick. A stunt. How much of the VTT money was spent on that? And the level 20 money was spent on that trip to Orlando. That wasn't even a fucking casting call. That was the reverse of a casting call. Hope that wasn't taken out of that money. God damn. Yeah, you can't in YouTube. No, you can't. But that's okay. Because we already know they're there. We already know they're there. We know that they're there or have been there. Or they'll rewatch. Or they'll scan through. Or they won't watch at all. I don't... You know what? I really don't give a fuck. Because I only want people here who want to be here. I was hoping really for people to come over here after this whole thing was settled and feel that this could be a place to just, it's going to be back to that. I know I said that before, and I know I've fucked that up. But I don't know what else to say. I'm really sick of talking. I'm sick of hearing my own voice. Yeah, this isn't a matter of me wanting to hear my own voice. That's for fucking sure. Because I can't stand the sound of my own voice. But I'll raise my fucking voice if I have to get this shit done. You know who you owe, or at least you fucking should. So pay them, please. Again, please, pretty, please, with sugar on top. Please, pay them. Pay them quickly. Pay them fully. Not just 100 to Debbie and not the other 50. Pay Chuck his 150. He was in both clubs. Piece of work, man. Piece of work. And if your rationale is what I think it's your excuse for this is all going to be, and then you're going to do a whole Crimea River mea culpa. I shouldn't have deceived you. I shouldn't have. You'll have this whole Jimmy Swaggart thing. I've sinned against you, and he'll be like, I can just see it. I can just see it. And then there will be people there patting him on the back. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It won't be okay. Know that. Because there are so many people that have already said, you're done. You're going to have to repackage yourself, man. Yeah, I don't know what the hell you're going to have to do. If you're going to get back on doing anything, you're going to have to first pay people very quickly, have a complete 150% turnaround, and I don't know what, man. I don't know what. And I feel for. No, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to get other people involved in this. There's got to be some. Not going to get worked over it. Yeah, that's it. I'm not talking about it anymore tonight. I'm done. I'm done for the night. Hi, Michael. I don't know who you are. This is normally a Big Brother thing. Yes, it is. Right now, I've been talking about another subject matter that is that's something that our immediate Big Brother community has been dealing with for some time now, and it's a little ridiculous that it's still continuing. It's nothing that you'd be worried or concerned over. It doesn't, with respect, Michael, it doesn't affect you, but thankfully, thankfully, it doesn't affect you. But yes, normally we do Big Brother stuff here. I'm going to sign off though, because I'm just not right I'm not in the right state of mind right now to continue doing the show at this particular moment. I'll be back tomorrow night for sure because we got an eviction tomorrow night. It's going to be Mark and Dane who are up for eviction. It seems that Dane may be safe. It seems that Mark is going to go because even today, Kiera was not chanting, but repeating to themselves, Mark's going to have to go. Mark has to go. Mark's going to go. Got to get rid of Mark. And they're talking into the camera, and so it seems like they're just trying to get into that mode of thinking that that's the way to go. They were trying to rationalize it, saying it is a better move, keep Dane for now. I don't think so. I think getting rid of Dane is the better move. But so yeah, we're gonna have an eviction. We'll have our final four, and then hopefully we'll know who the new HOH is going into that final four. So come on over and join me tomorrow night. We're going to start early tomorrow night. We're going to start at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 Central, 7 on the West Coast. So 10 Eastern, 9 Central, 7 West Coast. Michael, welcome to the room. Sorry I didn't have much to give you here. There was Big Brother content at the beginning of the episode, if you'd like to rewind and catch that. Will H. Yeah, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, not my leader either. Not anymore. Although I did follow. And, hey, like I said in a tweet to somebody recently, 46 years old, and I'm still learning new shit every single fucking day. Still learning life lessons at this age. And it's sad because it got taught to me by somebody 10 years my junior. Just because I don't have street smarts. That's the problem. Anyway. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you all being here. But again, we'll be back tomorrow night. 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 Central, 7 West Coast. Until then, peace, love. See ya later. And good night for Wonky. And say hello to the hat.